Hi, I'm Jim Gordon for Small Cap Power, and we are live and welcoming you to the Sprott Symposium in downtown Vancouver. This is Jim Gordon with the Small Cap Power live on location at the Sprott Symposium 2018 edition. I am joined by Scott Melbye, who is the Executive Vice President of Uranium Energy Corp, UEC. Scott, thanks for joining us here.
Great, it's good to be here.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's do a little overall view of the company for our viewers that may not be familiar with you.
Yeah, so Uranium Energy Corp is a uranium mining company, a developer out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Our focus is on the in-situ recovery method of uranium, which is a low cost, low capital cost, low operating cost way to mine sandstone-hosted uranium deposits, and very important in a difficult uranium market. It's lower cost, first or second quartile. Our assets are in South Texas and most recently in Wyoming, and we're a company that kind of understands the cyclicality of commodities, particularly uranium, which has gone through a very difficult bear market. But rather than kind of sit on our hands, we've been very active in acquiring assets at the bottom of the cycle, de-risking, permitting, doing everything but produce. We're an unhedged producer, so we believe the asset, that those mineral assets are worth more in the ground and produced when prices recover rather than depleting them at the bottom of the cycle. So everything that we can kind of control within our control, we've done. The only thing that is outside of our control is the uranium market, and there's been very good news on that as of late.
Can you talk a little more?
Sure. You know, we've had a 7-year bear market, which would be long by any commodity standards. But over the last 24 months, we've finally seen the kind of global production cuts that are really making a difference, rebalancing the supply and demand fundamentals much more quickly now than would have happened had we continued on that path of, you know, our industry had the kind of perverse situation of increasing production year over year in the face of falling prices. And the reason for that is kind of unique to uranium in that we're not as efficient or mature market as, say, copper or gold. We don't respond kind of real time to price signals the way other commodities would. So, you know, the fact that there's a lot of hedged contracts that were signed in previous cycles caused a lot of production to hang on a lot longer than you normally would have. Yeah. But now those contracts are rolling off, production's cutting back, and likewise the utilities that need to replace those contracts are now ready to come back into the market and find, I think, dramatically different fundamentals.
Before I let you go, I want to ask you about recent news with your company, and can you tell us a little bit about the North Reno Creek ISR project you've acquired?
Yeah, so we made our move into the Powder River Basin of Wyoming, which you know, the two places that we are the most fond of to be involved in is South Texas and Wyoming, and the Powder River Basin has been one of the most prolific areas of uranium production in the United States. So we made the acquisition of Reno Creek from Pacific Road Capital, right in the heart of that district. We're neighboring to the Uranium One mines, which are very famously acquired by the Russians and other producers. The North Reno Creek acquisition from Energy Fuels was really strategic in nature in that there was some sort of checkerboard ownership within the Reno Creek deposit, and this is basically consolidated the deposit under one contiguous permit, and you know, this would be something, our first priority will be to go into production, back into production. We produced in Texas from the years 2010 to 2014, but then shut in with low prices. We'd restart in Texas first, but would also look in a $40 to $50 uranium market, also be looking to advance Reno Creek as a satellite operation.
Good to know, and we should mention to our viewers, they want more information. Your website?
UraniumEnergyCorp.com is the source of great information, and yeah, we would look forward to your viewers looking into the company more in more detail.
Scott Melbye is the Executive Vice President for Uranium Energy Corp, UEC. Scott, thank you for joining us in the Small Cap Power studio.
Great, thank you very much.
You bet.
Cheers, bye.